a basic statistics understanding. Now, you've understood spreadsheets, you've understood basic statistics, learn SQL. That is the first two, you can do them together. You can understand spreadsheets, you can understand basic statistics. Once you understand that, then you learn SQL, because SQL is the backbone of data analytics.
Drone for my laptop.
You can do without it.
So now
that
from YouTube.
Yes.
And so understanding
But is this live?
And
Yes,
it's an easy language to understand. It's based on
hold this shit on.
select these three columns from
Camera, bro.
table. That's it. That's SQL. Select from, where, group by, order by.
They move for the
Of it. When you have that basic understanding of spreadsheets and how they operate, and you understand basic statistics, you now use SQL to tie
nice to
that
put this shit
together,
now.
because
On the laptop now.
SQL
On
is
the
the way that
software.
we talk to a spreadsheet using mathematics.
But this is going to change now. The link is going to be dynamic now whenever you're doing it.
Understand the language that combines those two things to interact with the data table or with the database. You are on your
camera
way
is
to
facing
get
the ground.
started with SQL. Now, you want to add other things like visualization.
But this is showing something different.
You want to be able to
Okay, I think it's lagging. It's lagging.
created this data to show it to people. Now, I can keep going. And so once you understand that, there are three things that now come into play. I call them the three C's. There's creativity, because you have to be creative. You have to have an imagination, and you can learn and build. It's like a muscle. You might start without having a vivid imagination, but you can build a vivid imagination. You look at data and you start telling the story. You see the dates that this person downloaded the app. You see that 3 days later was when they created their account. So for 3 days, that app was sitting on their phone, and they didn't create an account. What happened that caused them to create an account? They see an ad somewhere, but they created their account and immediately they bought a subscription. What happened that day? But then now they have bought a subscription and they didn't use the platform for 3 days because their next activity is 3 days later. Now, you already have a picture going on, but all you are looking at is a table with data on it, but you are using a creative angle to look at it, and that will help you present it. So that creativity is very important. Curiosity is very, very important. You run analysis today, and it's showing that the total number of clients we have is 100. You run that same thing tomorrow, and it is 99 or 101. A normal person will say one difference. After all, if you aggregate it, the average is going to be the same. But your curious mind, wait. Why is it different? What happened? Nothing changed, yet the number is different, and it will not get out of your head. You are constantly, you wake up in the middle of the night to go and use the restroom, and you are
Because I just watch one full shit where it's not a documentary. I told him that I can't see one. The face of the woman can't look like AI. I can't see it.
Don't ever let it
Maybe you do this Samsung, this Google AI, don't give me search the picture. Is this AI?
And then the third one is communication.
I don't really believe that shit now, real life documentary.
I hope that I have explain this a
People
little
know how many AI
bit.
shit we will see every day online.
Questions, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn. I love having these conversations. I'm always open to having them. Thank you so much for being troopers. I love the engagement I got. And thank you to Niva for giving me the opportunity once again to have this session. Thank you very, very much, and have a wonderful rest of the day.
Everything out of Alex's and John out this evening, he put his own ID cards and his own money in it. He was absolutely
contact, yeah, just search me on LinkedIn.
We found a knife,
Thank you.
missing knife, we found a bike, and we found clothing, which was all seized. So the evidence is fairly overwhelming.
So if there was any doubt as to whether or not Elis was the person that they were looking for, that doubt had gone now. There was no doubt whatsoever in the officer's mind. We have that man.
And now
While people are using, I see somebody has their hand up and I'm this is the session has ended. I'm curious to hear what to say.
And then the interview was going to be key.
Brian Heelis was taken into custody and he was asked a lot of
Okay.
questions
Well,
about
thank you once again.
Alex's disappearance
Mm,
and about
right.
the murder.
He's been given the same old advice from a solicitor who turns up to represent him. Don't say anything, make the police prove it. First question gets asked, he's been advised to say don't comment. What does he say? No.
Are you responsible for the murder of Alex Davies?
No. That tells me he wanted to talk.
Do you recall the advice I gave in the interview? Yes. We'll start again. Are you responsible for the murder of Alex Davies?
No comment.
That's Alex. Have a look at that picture. Do you know Alex?
No comment.
Have you ever seen that person before?
No comment.
How do you know?
No comment.
With no cooperation from Heelis, investigators need to work hard to build a case against him.
It might be easy to think that once somebody's been arrested and there's some evidence available, that it's really easy for the police to prove that they committed the offence. But that's far from the case. They have to prove this beyond reasonable doubt. So in the background, there has been loads of work going on. What the actual process
cycle from Shirley to Park, and that footage showed him going there and coming back.
The first time that they see Brian Heelis in the area, he's not got anything with him, he's just riding a bike. Later on that day, they see him again riding the bike, but this time he's got a backpack on.
And that rucksack matched the one seen being carried by Alex on the CCTV they had of him. So again, it's more evidence linking Heelis not only to Alex, but linking him to his murder.
But how had these two young men encountered each other? And how had Alex ended up murdered on Parbold Hill?
An important element in any murder investigation is the building up of the timeline by laying out known facts and when they happened. And that's what they did in this case. And it started to build a picture that indicated what had happened in the lead up to Alex's murder. What they were able to identify is that Heelis and Alex had been communicating on a dating app. And those communications had moved from the dating app to WhatsApp. And they started to talk to each other.
The majority of this was literally the build up to the day that we know that Alex was murdered. So you've got that initial of how are you, do you fancy meeting up, what should we do, etc. Then a few interests. We know that Alex actually was very, very much into his ABBA music, and of course even the Bee Gees. He actually says in one of the messages, you know, the Bee Gees are, Brian Heelis has no idea what he's talking about. So you've got some normal conversations, but a lot of it is flirtatious.
Became clear is that Heelis was pushing for a meet, pushing to meet Alex, and he was being what I would describe as manipulative. He was talking himself as, I haven't come out yet as gay, so people don't know, meaning that when we meet it needs to be somewhere secluded, somewhere we're not going to get seen. And now we know, looking back, why that was. But for Alex himself, he probably wanted to see the best in the person he was speaking to.
It's not unusual for young people to try and keep their love lives from the parents, regardless of sexuality, but particularly in a situation that perhaps, you know, the mum and dad maybe aren't as open-minded, so it would be a believable story.
Alex's character is so trusting. You know, he's got this wonderful network of friends. He works so much for charity. He believes in people. And I think that was picked up straight away. There's that question of Heelis asked, what phone have you got? Of course, he's got a Samsung 9. And of course, what does Heelis have, a Samsung 3? Automatically, you can think to yourself, oh, this could be robbery. He wants a better phone. To me, what that's doing is Heelis trying to go for the sympathy. Oh, I've only got a Samsung 3. And then you've got, because you've got this wonderful caring individual Alex saying, oh, I can look after you there. I've got a Samsung 9, I can help you out, you're a bit younger than me. So so I can be like the elder brother, but also in the relationship, I can make sure that I can look after you. So I think you've already seen that Alex even felt that Helis was slightly vulnerable, but he wasn't. He was being duped, he was being lured into this awful trap.
He said, do you think it'd be worth upgrading because mine's so slow? That was really important, that, because you think what you're talking about, Jeff, but that's so, you know, the S with a lot of O's. Anyway, when we then do the research on Brian Helis's computer, we see him, after he's had that conversation with Alex, he's researching on eBay how much you can sell Galaxy S9 for, and how to reset the Samsung Galaxy S9, how to avoid being tracked.
Also in the phone messages were the plans of when the two young men would meet. It was scheduled for April 29th, the day that Alex went missing.
And now you start to see the build-up and the arrangements for meeting who is in control of this. Have they both decided that there will be a meet? But of course, what's very interesting here is that you've got Brian Helis, who's actually turned around and said, I've got a location. So he's now in control of the meet. He knows where it's going to be, what time it's going to be. I'm in control.
Alex must have been excited, looking forward to a nice day out, going on a date, going to meet this new guy who seemed fun and flirty.
It was Helis that was pushing for this meet. Then he was pushing for it in a secluded area. He took a knife with him. These were indications that this natural fact wasn't a spontaneous event. This was a planned and premeditated murder.
Alex must have been terrified. He'd set out that morning, looking forward to a nice day out, and when it turned so badly and so violent, he must have been terrified. It was exactly what he wasn't expecting that day.
And then obviously they met in the wood. I couldn't speculate, but I do know there was a violent episode, right? There was planted in the stone. Alex, yeah.
When we found Alex, he has multiple injuries. Are you responsible for causing those injuries?
No comment.
Are you responsible for murdering Alex David?
No comment.
Brian Helis's phone held some other disturbing information in the days after Alex had been murdered.
Really worryingly, what they also find is that after Alex has been killed, Helis is back on the dating apps. He was speaking to multiple other young men, he was trying to arrange meetups. Was he going to do it again? There's every chance that we could have been looking at a serial killer here.
On May 3rd, 2019, police arrest 18-year-old.
I don't know why Instagram going to recommend me one picture post from 2021. One of him baby mama. They allege say future no dey gree see their son in talk plenty shit. See wetin future will post.
Keep pray for I remember this.
Police discovered the details of how he was lured
Bitch, don't talk. Now I just drop pray for her. I didn't even reply. I didn't even answer that matter again. Oh God, and drinks. Real Madrid are waiting in Modric.
On the Tuesday afternoon.
Okay, Real Madrid are planning for Modric to return to the club after retirement. Definitely, bro.
Made contact with a man in Skelmersdale.
Like, Modric they respected by all fans worldwide, even Barca dogs. What do you get expected by all fans worldwide? Bring back that dog. Yeah, this has to go worldwide. That speech has to go worldwide. Don't fucking back our dogs. You know it's better than their legend Iniesta and Xavi put together. This has to go worldwide. That speech has to go worldwide.
It's so strong. And they arranged to meet, and he said, as he said with Alex, it will be the first time I've kissed anybody, so I'm a bit shy. Is there somewhere discreet we can go? And the other person had said, well, there's a wooded area near mine, we can go there.
Now you knocked that door since.
They arrested him Friday night.
Don't pass out.
We'll never know.
All this was they don't pass out early in the morning as you see them, so they always watch their time.
Exactly illegal to go from. I've just
Maybe about that anybody mean come knock Ash in my house. It's really not the promiscuous Ash. Who is sleeping is that. You move your team pass out.
Yeah, Ellen, what's up?
Fine, good afternoon. I sent you something on WhatsApp.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out.
Why would you be doing that when you know those actual items for the army are used to actually...
It's too different inside fridge.
No, micro.
Learning curve for this sociopath who is now actually living his dream, which is gets the anger and he wants to kill. And now he's planning the future, well, I've got to dispose of the body a lot better, so perhaps if he actually not worked that out, if I do this, what do I do with the body? And that's hit him when it's happened, he's dragged it, tried to cover it up, it didn't work, and now already he's planning for the next one.
So when we look at the circumstances of what happened after Alex's murder, can any sort of inference be drawn from the fact that Elis had taken Alex's property and still had it with him in his bedroom? It's difficult, in all honesty, to 100% say one way or the other. But what he would have been able to do, he had the opportunity to do, is to throw away that property, to dump it on his roof home, put it in a bin, throw it in a bush. He didn't do that, he took it home. Why would he do that? Well, one of two reasons really. One, it's a shiny object I want to keep, it's a phone, it's got value. Or, the more sinister, it's some kind of trophy, a reminder of what he's done. And if we're talking about an emotional attack where someone's carried it out because of that, what these killers will often do is keep almost like a memento from their crime to remind them of the attack and almost sort of to draw out that emotion again at some later time.
They couldn't rule out the fact that they might be looking at somebody with a real vengeance and having killed one person, could do it again.
The trial for the murder of Alex Davies is held at Preston Crown Court in March 2020.
There was quite a lot of press there for the trial. It was an intriguing case. At that point, all that we knew was that Alex had disappeared. His body had been found on Parbold Hill, and the boy had been arrested. At that stage, we didn't know the background about the dating app. We didn't know the extent of Alex's injuries. So, when the prosecution opened the case, it was really quite a shock to learn what had happened that day. When Brian Inglis walked into the dock, he just looked like you might see him outside the room. He was very emotional. His face barely moved. There was no sign of any sort of remorse or anything. He was an odd character in that regard. By the time the prosecution's finished opening the case, it seems fairly cut and dried. They had so much evidence, the headphones, the backpack, all the phone evidence, all the CCTV evidence. It was difficult to think what Healers could possibly say to try and get out of this one.
Murder investigations teams put a huge amount of effort into gathering the evidence against any killer. And you can go to court and you can feel like we've done everything. We've got all the evidence we have. I'm in absolutely no doubt that the person standing trial has committed this crime. But that does not mean that you go to court confident that the verdict's going to be one of guilty. because it has to go through a jury. And you can never take for granted the decision a jury is going to make. So as confident as you are, you can never go into a trial expecting to get a guilty verdict.
The illicit defence was diminished responsibility. There was reports from psychiatrists that backed that up actually. He had been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, and his defence was that he committed this offence, suffering with that condition. Helis said that he thought that people were after him, and that was why he was carrying a knife that day. And he said that while he was on his way to meet Alex, he thought that there was people trying to knock him off his bike in the cars.
No.
He was painting a picture of real paranoia.
What happens when a defendant looks to use a defence of diminished responsibility is that they will be seen by their own psychiatrist, appointed by their own legal team, and they will assess them as to whether or not that defence, partial defence of diminished responsibility, is open to them. And that's what happened in this case. And this psychiatrist said, yes, I think he has had defence of diminished responsibility because he was suffering from paranoid schizophrenia. But then what would happen is the prosecution would appoint their own psychiatrist to carry out the same assessment. If they agree with the previous assessment, yes, the defence is open to them. The likelihood is that the Crown Prosecution Service will accept that. If they disagree, then they will go to trial. And it wouldn't be on the facts of whether or not the incident took place. It would be what was in the mind of the defendant, what was in the mind of Helis at the time it was being committed.
It seems that it was agreed that paranoid schizophrenia was a relevant diagnosis for Helis, but there's still the question, did it cause the murder? Does it result in diminished responsibility?
You've got the days beforehand of the chat, you've got the whole thing being planned to meet an individual. So he knows he's going to meet an individual and he takes a knife with him and then immediately goes into the anger and attacks Alex. This is his pattern. The fact that he's planned everything to meet Alex in a secluded spot, even controls the location and kills Alex. So it's not spontaneous where they've had a relationship, somebody's broken down and he's picked up a weapon and used it and then what do? He's acting, and the responsibilities would mean he's got no idea what he's doing. We'll just look at the chat logs, look at the control he's doing. So without a doubt, he has thought out the whole thing here. After the trial concluded, the judge his comments, sent the jury out. We were waiting.
Despite having complex issues like a defence of diminished responsibility, they knew what the outcome was going to be. He was found guilty of murder.
Help me twist my neck a bit. Do sorry, no kill me, I beg.
There's only one sentence for murder, and that is one of life in prison. But the UK life doesn't always, rarely means life. Judge rule on tariff, meaning the defendant will have to spend prison time before they can apply for parole. In this instance, the judge passed a sentence of minimum 20.
Mind you, the time you say, do it, do it.
Young legend, I tell you, one more person.
Oh, you know, size, I be do all those things.
Where you grab my neck and say, okay.
You go first lift the neck up, come out this thing from the joint. Then when you run papa all these things.
It's not like contribute to that man there. We do like 10 years for that guy.
Or papa suffer pain. Man.
Yes,
so now that man with all the shout.
There's a lack of justice there. But
fucked up shit now.
for everything that he did, he's never really paid the price.
Even with the priest, even if you want to go, say, man, just go peacefully, I beg. You don't go through sickness, pains, and all that shit. No very good way to go at all. You go there yourself till you
go from no offending history to an attack of this ferocity really suggests someone, and I don't use this word lightly, is evil. 24 years would mean he'd be roughly in his early 40s before he could be released. So still a relatively young person, young enough to start his own family, to start a life. Something that Alex would never have.
Loads of people these days on our sites perfectly safe, but the difficulty with that is it can be looked
Where
at
your Ghana day?
We need to remember that we're messaging someone who you no idea in reality who they are, what they're like.
Shit.
Like, it's one thing,
Mad.
the truth is something else.
Sorry, where your Scottish babe? Just take one of this one.
Online sexual predators who had gone on to murder, and I said, that's okay, that is never.
Online dating's the world that we live in now, isn't it? That's how people meet. You know, I think certainly a high order of relationships start online these days. I think there's always advice out there.
Take,
If you're gonna
you
meet
mean
somebody,
keep
you
the
need to quit,
this thing.
tell a friend where you're going,
Which
all
one?
those kinds of things. Because really,
That's
you
what I should make
can never really be sure that somebody is who they say they are.
Go sit down.
Go to a World Cup.
Who know on the no piss me off.
Look at the injury. Don't die.
No, say nobody like the best goal in the world right now. So. Even if man the coach get it.
The best goalie. He's quite bad, mad as free kick.
That's a fluke.
Fruk manyash.
That's a free kick fluke. When they meet next time in China. If not truly
Yeah, well, next season go bloody for us. So
if you truly get the talent.
with the kind things why they see.
No.
Alright, so
we can't even use it anymore now because we are building our own thing.
Yes, now. So I'm just like, what I'm even waiting for is because they have to pay them off really with the level they have gotten because it's
How much is their money owed?
150. That was the initial agreement. 150 per person.
Okay. So Cletus, we
Sir.
talk about big verified contractors that came and said they were changing price. So I guess two of them were talking to themselves and said, let's ask for change of price.
I guess the back end guy is demanding for 500. I just told him no problem. I've heard what you said. I will take it I will inform the management. So I think he has gone to tell the front end guy that I'm for this. So that one now sent his own. And I say no problem. I'll get back to you.
Okay. I want to see the comical stuff. I don't know when you want to. I mean, Cletus, we are good with this thing now. If we want to move the database and stuff to DigitalOcean and all those things now.
yes,
Nothing.
yes, we can.
So maybe Kati, just send in the group now, the VVFI group. Just say, tell them to test on, log in and things, and they should give us feedback. What do you think about it? No, just sorry. Well, this life, it's okay. Just sit there and be like, hey guys, what do you think about this? And
they go quite confused. Like, is it not the platform?
that's the point now. All of us go as confused now. Like, just be like, no, I just want to log in, try it out, and let me know what you think and stuff. So we can negotiate. That's all. It's for negotiating this thing. So after that, we don't be hard. Anyway, I sent some list to Cletus. I don't know, Cletus.
Yes, sir.
You don't SSO. Work don't start or don't stop SSO or no?
Yes.
So we are still working on G25.
No. I've started working on SSO.
Okay, Kachi, I sent you. So basically, we're going to have 3 accounts on this thing. I mean, you can look at it. I picked all these things off my head, but you can look at these products. So like 3 different accounts. Look at the products there that we need to work on. But the ones if there are things that I didn't put that needs to be on this first batch, then. So VidVerify is one. SSO is important because, to be honest with you, now that I'm even going down into all the back-end guys and stuff, I'm not impressed at all. for the level of sophistication and things that we need, I am not impressed. In fact, Cletus that even now mentioned that SSO should have a front end, which I know I told Olumide before, but right now I can't even involve Olumide in anything again. Because it's, to me, Olumide and Tochi, they are the same. And, in fact, what Olumide was, you say something, you will hide the team. He will tell you something is going, but you now hide things that he knows. I don't get energy. It drains too much energy. But look at the list of things. Yeah. And let me know if there are things where I miss out. Right. Maybe there's some things that needs to be there. So great. So Cletus, when do we need to get the other groups?
Oh. Actually. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I was thinking of on Monday, we'll just get everything with those guys.
Monday. So then, are we having different people handle the different accounts? Because we need these things going on simultaneously.
Yes, sir. We'll just have I think maybe we'll just pay for 3 accounts.
Okay. And Cletus, Secretary Cletus basically said we'll still go through our normal way of Noble doing designs, UI and stuff. That's still needed. So basically all the UI and stuff that we have now, the flow, we'll move it to Claude. And then from Claude, the coupling together and everything will now happen again. So the flow, so then Noble will still be important. To me, Tochi is needed, but Tochi, has it changed with the discipline or no? Because to me, it's not going to change. And I think in these moves, all of them need to go.
I don't think there's any, for me, I don't see any change actually. Just the same thing.
So who will we use to replace him now? I know definitely Odunayo can do.
That's all for my
He'll be able to handle his own from beginning to the end now. Even the UI.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Because technically this thing has removed it will make front end and back end people redundant to a point.
Yeah.
If they know. So Odunayo can be one account. Noble can be one account, but Odunayo has more technical this thing. So so Odunayo can do the front end and this thing. Maybe she can be good too. The way I'm looking at the Sherry Base, Shobaka, all this Azure, the tech piece.
What about I'm also okay, since we have 3 groups, if there is also Stanley is front end.
You know, I don't get time to pay attention to the playing people. Stanley, where does Stanley they work on now?
Vempe and Just Pro.
Okay. He's a solid guy,
He is actually. He's quite solid.
Okay, so we have Odunayo, we have Stanley, and Noble is not just UI. He doesn't have the technical skill, but
Noble can be fleshing those things out, like with the product team, like with Mary, because those guys, the Odunayo and Stanley, they would not have full product in this thing. Like, so it's when it's when Noble finishes up, they will just give it to them. They would complete the front end, complete the back end. Then we'll just have everything.
But they too will have to be doing. They will also cut across doing the UI and stuff too, starting because since now the platform, they will have to learn from the user flows that Mary them create and move it. So
I think if Tochi is not going to be here, I feel like Isaac can replace him because Isaac already has already has the idea of all those flow and
Oh yeah, then let's put Isaac. I think Cletus was taken yesterday, so then let's do it like that. So we are starting putting things in place. So we know Tochi is gone. Some other people, just list all the people that we need checked off. I mean, because if people know they step up, what is even to me at some point. I'm still going to look there around, but
I they come, bro.
But it's anyway. So
just to understand how, so these three groups now, that means one we will have three dividing it, because of course there's this so we have Noble and Isaac, then we have front end, that is Tunayo, we have Stanley. I don't know what about front end.
There's no back. The whole one point them about this one they list.
We just need a text. So how?
Because I'm that's in the top of my eye. So can roll and down.
Okay, roll. Guy, I don't see. Yes. Distracted a little. Someone was coming to my house.
Okay, no worries. I'm saying forget front end and all these things, right? With the new cloud.
And the back end and front end, yes. Well, I still feel, because we have so many products and they won't have a grasp of it all. That's why I said their Noble is very important, because they'll be able to, Noble and Mary can be able to start it up. But after the flow, and no. Noble, I can trust Noble, Stanley and Isaac to complete everything with what I've done.
Okay, so there's no need for plenty technical back-end knowledge.
Sorry?
There's no need for back-end complexities or knowledge. Or
no. It's something that I can put them through.
Okay, fantastic. That's what I want to know. So, technically, all our back-end are on notice. Because, so just put everybody on notice. Because at this point, the way it is now is like we're doing version 3 of everything now. What we have now, we're going to now build everything one time. So I'm putting it like within a month or two.
Where else did you come into? Let me see what I'm talking about.
So the live stream is showing.
Yes, this is it here.
Bottom left, yeah.
So you click on that. No, you can make it full. But what I want to do is I want to remove it from.
I realize that anything where man don't touch.
I want to remove it from actually make it those. So if I can click on it, it should open here, because these things are not showing.
It's just working seamlessly like that.
This is
hard. When you send something.
This is so it can be showing here, then you can expand it to full screen also. So they can be seeing it with all these things, yes, with all these things.
After you don't release product, you go now they fix this, fix that. It's not this, it's not that. Come out.
Because that's what I'm thinking.
And he said,
so when we
actually to the list of feed on the map, that's what
yes, then we can also expand it on the map.
And I tell the AI is going to do it and tell it to highlight
so when you yourself said this thing and this thing, yes,
test demo, make it call it test demo, something like that. So if you just import and immediately some shit.
For the OTP, did you go and check spam by yourself? Or
so it will actually it will inform you that there is a likelihood of this going to spam. Check your spam. So when I now went to spam, I saw it. I now reported it as not spam. So any frequent ones that were coming in.
Let's use it. It's free. It's fast. Even the paid one that we have, it doesn't show up.
Yeah. So you can tell them. If they aren't expecting, like you can have a after they've sent the email, you just tell them yes that they can check spam if they did not see. So it makes it easy.
Yeah, it tells them. So it shows them. You check your spam. Okay, that was even what made me to go and check spam.
Okay, fantastic. The fact is, speed is faster than even our paid version, because
it is very fast.
Okay, so Cletus, on our other SSO level, incorporate it at the top that this will be part of the integration or something, whichever how it is. Let's move to it instead of paying for. I don't even know what platform we are paying for.
We're doing Resend,
but let's move.
Resend is quite cheap too, Sha. It's quite cheap.
guy, it's not okay. It's cheap, but it's not fast.
And not
This
as
thing
fast
is
as
super
this,
fast.
actually. Not as fast as this.
What are we talking about? I beg.
No
You
problem,
can keep
sir.
the account there on Honor, but right now we're trying to shave cost, but also see then go, if we don't build all our team sharp, then go close tap on top this thing at some point. We no get time. So I mean now Kachi, I just give you this thing. I don't know, look at the stuff and let me know if there are things that I missed out that we need to add or we organize.
I think is the only one I didn't see there is Shop Bank ecosystem.
Shop Bank ecosystem. Okay, please I put shortcut and stuff. So Shop Bank ecosystem, maybe you put in group 2 and stuff. Because that's where I put all the Shop Bank. But the fact is, it can build all these things one time. So last 1 week, product even but 45 days, but 1 week tops. Means how many? This is within 2 months now. Everything's supposed
don't go show your pace.
I beg you, just go and stuff all the short tracks and all these things.
Every second.
So and you write this second. Now we can get this guy. What's his name? Like to flesh out all these things. So let's get Tochi before the end of this month to flesh out, clean out everything we remain. This is why I want to use the last one. We start to package all these things to move to what do you call? Move to quad. The package and stuff. So if not the flow will remain now, then
full on vibe code enough inclusion there.
Is there whatever assistance name when they do anything? And Nobu and Tochi all the platforms and make sure that everything is ordered.
AI they build AI right now.
It's clear mistake. So that because they've not done that, So I beg you. And you can tell your team too. Showcase the vid verify to your project team, and you can also drop in the vid verify team. Tell them to get their reaction. What's going on?
Okay, sir.
By the way, all these platforms should also have the API documentation from a developer account standpoint. I normally do not include it, so that there's always the wiki or this thing there for if third-party people want to integrate with their stuff. What is our they didn't include it into this stuff.
I know that we are talking about it now, but I'm also thinking maybe we could also have another meeting. Before we transitioned the last time, we did a whole meeting that on how to go on the things to, So I feel like we should, so that we will know.
I agree with you, but before we do that meeting will happen with. I need us to know who we are keeping and who we're not keeping.
Yeah, the new setup.
So that's the thing. But first of all, just get the energy from your team, your project team. You can take things, send to vid verify and stuff. But in fact, what we have all here, I don't know. QA, you guys in QA. Our cyber security and stuff.
Yes, sir.
That one check what cyber security products. How are we, even if it's on the front end, to do checks? All this, even from an architectural standpoint.
Yes, sir.
Those are things that everybody's role. The QA, automation. If we can build a product around that, even architect yourself. We should build a product around it.
It's not like a question, but then my screen is going on, so
Kachi, I'll leave this to you. Look at all the different areas, even DevOps, everything, because I know say also carry everything for it. Just everything in our operations and stuff, cyber security, QA.
Don't give me all this one.
Testing and feedback. So look at it from our internal side and also offering the service to external clients. but it has, like all the box and all these things and stuff. So, since we can get everything there, it's not like we're not create the framework and stuff. It's only like now every year we do this thing now.
So if I get it correctly, just to look at it like as an outside and see what you can also decide if you can provide for the outside people.
So everything.
Those who like the joint, maybe like they roll or something.
So you can see that this is the view now having that is coming from the drone footage. The drone is facing the back. So and this is the live footage. You can see that it's appearing on the 5 corners. So you can click on the full view where you can be able to view the drone. It's in a slow down, my system die. This time is running so many things at the same time.
Are you recording this shit for cloud?
No. This is on the local host. Now this is the app.
Okay.
So I'm trying to put it on a full screen.
Like the phone recording.
Yeah, see it, and you can also minimize it to see this. So I've been able to connect the drone to the laptop. Well, a massive improvement now. I don't do like this. I've been streaming for a while now. The guy don't come out.
No.
Knocking down.
Actually, the phone recording what is doing are for internal, but
Yes, so no, it's for the Falcon ISR group. Is this guy one show? What's your name?
on the app now, you know they show